Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, smoke you what you seen and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think and I'll tell you what I thought.
What's
And we
up,
can
y'all?
talk
What
about
it
all
do?
when
We
hear
is
blast off.
back.
We made it.
Smoke dog.
What up?
I bet you forgot. But can you please tell me what number this is, my friend?
It is 45.
Oh my God. I was expecting him to forget it. But guys, want to welcome everybody back to the 45th episode of the Trash Talk Podcast. And do we have an episode today?
We got an episode.
Indeed we do. Guys, have you ever thought about what really happened with Thanksgiving? And it's kind of weird that we're celebrating it.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about what really happened, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get into that later.
We'll get
on.
into the speculations.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and jump into these segments. With that being said, Smoke Dizzle.
What's up?
First of all, man, how are you? How have you been, my friend?
Oh, I'm good. Just living.
Living life, huh?
Yeah.
Me and you both, man.
Only way to do it, huh?
Bro, life is great over here. Even though I lost my baby, I lost Tidy White, I feel like I was gained something, so...
Yeah.
You know.
One door closes, another door opens, as they say.
Indeed it does. So with that being said, let's get into some WTF and some OMG. Come on, give me the phrase.
Booyah!
Yeah. That's Smokey's new phrase for everybody out there who
That's
don't
just
know.
going to be my catchphrase now. Like,
Yeah.
everything that I'm excited, I'm like, booyah!
Boo! I'm telling you, bro. That's the thing. By the way, everybody,
Bezow.
before we get started as well, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and
For God's sake, leave us a comment.
please,
We like those.
we love them. And check out all the videos we got going on. If you're an NFL fan, y'all, we do an episode, or Smokey and Alex do an episode of the scoreboard every week, and I'm telling you, it's very entertaining. Very entertaining.
It is. If you like sports, man, we on top of it.
His predictions are off quite often, but
I actually, only the past 2 weeks have they been kind of off. I actually went 14 for 15 on one week.
really?
Yes.
Well, dang. Do y'all keep up with y'all's record?
Yes.
Are you in the lead?
He's actually got me by 2 right now. But
Wow.
I think this week, after all the scores are done, I'll be back on
Already.
on top.
Let's go ahead and get into it. OMG, WTF.
Yes.
Who goes first? Is it?
It's my turn to go first.
Man, please tell me what the heck is going on in the state of Florida.
The
Florida.
It's the state of Florida.
I wish you would put great in front of that, boy.
In the state of Florida. Now, this will either help Florida or hurt Florida, depending on how you look at it.
Right. Before you say the story, can I say one thing?
What?
I was watching. Remember how crazy the Howard Stern show used to be?
Oh, yeah.
I was watching on YouTube. The name of the video was called "Insane Clips from the Howard Stern Show That Will Never Be Aired Today." Right?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I was watching one, and there was this. Can I say this? There's this one segment where these people got $10,000. It was two people, a mother and daughter, and then a mother and daughter, and they had to Howard Stern would ask them questions, and if they got it right, they would earn a point and be able to keep their clothes on. If they got it wrong, they wouldn't get a point, and they would have to take an article of clothes off.
A mother and a
daughter. And
Wow.
the mother would have to take it off the daughter, and the daughter would have to take it off the mother.
Yeah.
Bro, guess where both of these people were from? Both people.
Florida.
Of course.
Of
Only in
course.
Florida, dude.
Man, speaking of that, though, there was this funny segment he did, like back in '94 or whatever. I used to listen to like the old replays or best of or whatever. Man, there was this old couple driving an old like 80-something Thunderbird back in the day, drove into a snowbank and got trapped there. And the lady wrote out a diary of what was going on. They sat in there for days and days until they finally died. Then once it all thawed out, they found them, and dug it out. And he was just going off on this lady.
Howard Stern?
Yeah, just making fun of her. And that's something you couldn't do today because people actually lost their lives. And he made this huge joke about it, which was...
Jews joke?
Well, he's Jewish. But, it's something you couldn't do today. I mean, what do you think, though? Comedy is comedy.
Right.
And, when people say, like, I remember specifically this one time I was talking to this sports guy. He's a YouTube sports guy. And I was talking about a team or whatever had beat. He was an Oklahoma sports
Sooners.
guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, yeah, they had lost who did they lose to? Texas, I think it was. And I was like, yeah, Texas came through like the Moore tornado on y'all fools. The Moore tornado was the biggest tornado of all time that went right through Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he got offended.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, dude, it's comedy. So if I make a World War II joke, I'm not allowed to do that either because somebody died?
Wow. People are sensitive these days,
They
man.
are, man.
And if this guy's a YouTube sports person, why haven't we had him on yet?
We should, man. He'd probably do it, too.
Do you know this guy?
I mean, I know him just through the internet, through talking to him.
Make that happen.
Yeah. Shout out to RJ Young.
RJ Young, you will be on the podcast, or we will be on your show, one of the two.
Yeah, there you go.
What we got in Florida Smoke, Dizzle?
All right, so this is going to help Florida or hurt Florida, depending on how you look at this, but this comes from the slate.com.
Okay.
Our president, I'm not going to say his name for demonetization issues, is now officially a Florida man.
Wait, is that the headline?
Yes.
Our president is officially a
Florida man.
Okay, go ahead.
Our president has always been a Florida man at heart, but the president now has put his allegiance in writing, officially submitting a declaration of domicile to move his primary residence from New York to the absurd state of Florida. That's exactly what it says, absurd state of Florida.
No way.
Big D and Big M, Melania.
Oh, yeah, Melania.
Yeah. Both filed documents at the Palm City County Circuit Court in late September to relocate their primary residence from Trump Tower in Manhattan, where the president has been a resident since 1983, to Mar-a-Lago. Please welcome the president, Florida man.
So, is there more to that story?
There's a little more, but I mean that's just the gist of it.
I mean, if you ask me, Donald Trump has always kind of been Florida man-ish, kind of.
Florida man-ish.
Yeah.
I think he fits right in, to tell you the truth. I mean,
I'm telling you, dude. Where do you? Oh, we just said his name too, by the way.
we did.
Where is he from
You
originally?
should beep that out.
I'll try. Do you know where he's from though? Originally?
From New York, New Jersey area.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you remember we were talking about Florida and it was connected to what state at one point?
New York.
Everything makes a full circle, my
It
friend.
does. I mean, craziest people on earth. Now, if he would have been from Ohio, also.
Totally different. But if you said New York, it's just something about New York and Florida, man. I don't know what it is.
There's a connection there.
I don't know. It's weird, dude. But as far as him being a Florida man, I don't know, man. You know what? There's no question. Absolutely, he's a Florida man.
Yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
I think so. I mean, he fits right in there.
I would have to agree, man. Anything
Now,
else?
how long before he starts making the Florida man list from time to time?
It could definitely happen in the near future, man. I would
think
not
so.
be surprised if DJT showed up on a Florida man list. I would not be surprised in the slightest.
Not at all.
Right. Anything else you got over there for that for that WTF?
That's it for WTF this week.
All right, y'all. Let's get into some OMG. All right, what we got? Naked woman vandalized, flooded stranger's home. All right, check this out. A woman in Calhoun, Georgia came home to a big surprise. Her home was looted and filled with water. The woman called deputies, and when they investigated the house, they allegedly found an even bigger surprise: a naked woman hiding in one of the closets. The naked woman in question was Suzanne Hussein, 34 years of age, who lived about 7 miles away and didn't know the homeowner, according to the sheriff. Miss Hussein was in fact nude and was acting abnormally, but was taken into custody without further incident. An estimate of the destruction's cost has been released, but Ralston's described the house as extensively damaged. Investigators have not determined any motive. Hussein was taken to a local hospital to be evaluated. After her release, she was arrested and charged with burglary and criminal damage to property, WSB-TV. Hussein was still in jail Tuesday afternoon after waiting a bond amount. She is also being held on probation violation for a prior charge of what drug?
Does it start with him?
It does.
Okay.
According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So, not the craziest of stories, but what do you think drove this lady to break into somebody's house that lives 7 miles away, flood the entire house? The house is flooded. Get naked, and hide in a closet.
That M word.
God, that's it right there. I didn't even
Drugs or mental illness.
No, we don't even have to play that game.
That's almost typical of someone who's strung out on the M.
On the M. My thing is, what does it do to you to make you do something? Like, you have to be out of your freaking mind.
Well, my first thought is sleep deprivation.
Ah.
I mean, how many days of sleep do you have to miss before you go legally insane? Not many, right?
I wouldn't think so. But what is
4 or 5 days, maybe?
You think?
I'm sure there's a scientific formula, but because you lose a certain amount of IQ points for every hour that you miss, you know?
Is that a fact?
I've read it. I mean, I assume it's a fact unless someone just made it up and put it on the internet, which is possible.
We were actually going to do a podcast on fake news.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, man. That's crazy. The fact that you can do it. This was my philosophy when it came to drugs. I would never do a drug that enabled me to not eat, sleep or sleep within 24 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, because every 24 hours, your body is supposed to eat and you're supposed to sleep.
Yeah.
So why would I do a drug that
keeps you from doing
doing
that.
those things that your body's supposed to do? That was my philosophy.
I think a lot of people, let's say, you know, they're attracted to the benefits of it, like losing weight,
getting things done.
Yeah, and getting things done. Yeah, you're highly productive at first, but of course, once you're in the depths of it, you actually end up procrastinating more, and it really, you know, working counterintuitive to what you wanted to do in the beginning.
You know what? This goes full circle again. Do you think our president, DJT, is on a form of speed? Like, think about this. He's the leader of the first world. He's 86,000 years old. He had to campaign like every day in different states, and the energy, he's always up. He's always got something to go. He's always
they don't drug test the president.
100%. So, do you think he could possibly be on some form of amphetamine?
It could be. I mean, it could just be caffeine as well. I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and make a statement that could seriously get someone in trouble by saying, yes, he is blah, blah, blah. But I will say I believe that many, many leaders of the free world, or not even the free world, we know for a fact that Adolf was on multiple drugs.
My thing is, it possible that is it the strong leaders of these countries that they have to be on something to keep them up?
I mean, you would think it would help.
The reason I asked you that question, I want to show you a picture. I want to show you a picture, and I will have it on screen. This is a picture of our current president. Apparently, this is how, I'm sorry, but the greatest comedian of the 2019 is Donald Trump. He is the greatest comedian of this. He is
very funny.
He is hilarious. So he put out a tweet saying, not necessarily a tweet, but remember when he was downing Hispanics? He put a picture on Instagram or Twitter, whatever, him eating a taco bowl, saying, I love Hispanic people.
Yeah, and he said Trump employees make the best tacos or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you seen that picture?
I think I did when it first came out. Yeah, that was like 3 years ago or something.
All right, now check this picture out. And this goes back to the speed thing. That's the picture right there, right? Okay. Now this is where I come. Hear my speed theory here, okay?
Yeah.
Has a bite of that no, keep that picture. Keep it up. Has a bite of that taco been taken out?
Doesn't look like it, no.
All right, do you see that drawer on the left-hand corner?
Yes.
All right, zoom in on that drawer.
What is in there?
people have looked at it. You know what it is?
What?
Boxes and boxes and boxes of Sudafed.
Sudafed.
Boxes and boxes. Which, if you guys don't know what Sudafed is, it's one of the main ingredients to make a powerful.
Yeah. It's pseudoephedrine, which is ephedrine is a powerful stimulant.
Right. So that picture, he's in his office, and in this drawer has boxes on boxes of
Sudafed.
Kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so you think he's got an operation going? Now we
no,
can't.
I think he's on
say
it.
That, though.
I think he's on it.
You can't just come out and say that because that's slander.
Don't I have the right to free speech?
Not in this country.
Oh, chump mode. Hey, we love America.
We do. But that's why we need to fight the corruption of America.
Right. Well, anything else? We went way off of WTF. Got anything else for OMG WTF?
No, that was a very Trump-centric.
Yeah, dang. I really want to hop into trash talk right after this because I want to keep going.
Let's get the mugshot out and then we'll hop right into it.
All right, cool. Yeah, that wraps up this segment of the OMG and the
WTF.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, Smoke Dizzle.
Mm-hmm. What up?
Do you got something I need to explain?
Yeah, I want you to explain this mugshot that I've already sent you.
All right, let's open it up.
Now, what we're going to do, because we're running out of just hilariously ridiculous mugshots, we're going to start getting into famous people's mugshots. And we'll go off, at least for the time being, we'll start doing famous people's mugshots and analyzing what they're going through when they were arrested.
Do you have a backstory on this first, is what I want to ask?
Small backstory.
Okay.
As everyone can see on the screen right now, it is on the screen, right?
Yeah.
It's right here?
Right there.
Okay.
Right there.
This is Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav!
Yeah, boy!
So, everybody knows the iconic Flavor Flav. He was part of one of the most iconic rap groups, Public
Enemy.
Can you name one more person in Public Enemy?
Professor Griff.
Damn, you got me.
If
you do another one, I am leaving.
I'm thinking of I can't remember
I gave you
the MC's name right offhand.
If I gave you the first letter, think you could get it?
I think so.
All right, try to think of it. Look, I'm typing in Public Enemy.
I'm sure there's people watching right now just screaming it out.
Really? Come on, bro. Really?
You don't know that?
All right, his name starts with a C. You got this.
C.
Come on. I know this. And actually, I knew Professor Griff, too.
It was MC...
C-H...
Chris...
C-H-U...
What was it?
C-H-U. Just say Chuck
D.
Chuck D.
Chuck D. And I'm sure they screamed it for the past 3 minutes.
Thank God you got it. Yeah. But I don't know where we were going off of that. But no, looking at this mugshot, okay, Flavor Flav. First of all, we need to give him props. This is one of the best hype mans in hip hop history.
Oh yeah, probably. If you were naming out your top 10 of hype men of all time, he has to be number 1, right?
Can you give me a top 3 hype men of all time? I can give you mine off top.
Go ahead, because I'm trying to think, like, who were the iconic hype men besides Flavor?
Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Proof,
yeah. I guess you could say, yeah. He was a good MC on his own, too. But
yeah, but he was, he was out there.
He was definitely Eminem's hype man.
God, I just had the other one and I completely forgot it. Oh, dude. I would consider this a hype man. Jimmy, the mouth of the South Heart. That dude would get on that microphone. Hulk Hogan, you get him, brother.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the managers in wrestling were good hype men.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Cornette.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let's get back on this before we get off of it. All right,
okay.
Looking at this picture, I don't know what's going on, but I will say he does look intoxicated.
Yeah.
Looks like he's highly upset.
Uh-huh.
And it's clearly obvious that Flavor Flav dyes his hair, because if you look at a picture of Flavor Flav now, there's not a piece of gray in his hair.
But he was gray at this time.
Yeah. So, do you
looks to me like they're like, "How you doing, Flav?" And he's like, "No, boy."
No. Instead of "Yeah, boy," he's like,
"No, boy." I didn't want to be here.
Do you have the charge?
Let's see what it says. Flavor Flav's rumpled appearance and the look of deep contemplation on Public Enemy rapper's face made this 2012 mugshot pretty hard to beat. Funnier still, he adopted almost the exact same face when he was arrested again for a traffic stop in 2015. So it was a traffic stop in 2015, but
all that over a traffic stop?
yeah, I guess they were both for traffic stops apparently.
Okay, go ahead.
But I mean, he's Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
Who's not? I mean,
You got to be a douche to.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he might have been intoxicated when they pulled him out for the traffic stop or something. But yeah. So, well, what do you think, man?
Is that all the story you got?
That's all the story I got.
Well,
It's just a quick synopsis.
I was curious what the charge was, but
I'm guessing it was a traffic stop also because it says he was arrested again for a traffic stop
yeah.
in 2015. Now, a fun fact, this would have been when this was taken right around the time that he actually introduced me and Dave
Shut
at the
up.
gathering of the Juggalos.
You met Flavor Flav.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dapped him up and everything.
Okay,
like-
you don't think this is a story the trash
actually-
talkers need to hear?
Well,
Wait a minute. Do you not think this is a
that
Smokey's
would've been-
road story?
Yes, that would have been one of my road stories, yeah.
Go ahead, man.
All right, impromptu Smokey's road stories right here.
Booyah.
Booyah. Me and Dave were actually, I think it,
For people out there who don't know who Dave is.
Boondocks. I'm sure you can Google him if you want to. And this video of him introducing us is available on YouTube.
There's
You
a
can look
video of this?
it- Yeah,
Keep going.
you can look it up on
keep
YouTube
keep
right
talking.
now. But yeah, he was actually paid to introduce all the acts on the main stage for that night. This was back when the gathering was balling and they were just handing out money to every celebrity they could find to come in and do these shows. And the night we were performing, it was Flavor Flav's night. They actually had Charlie Sheen there that year, Ric Flair. But yeah, met him right before we went on stage, talked to him a bit. You know, he was a really cool dude. Like, probably one of the coolest, famous people you will ever meet, for him to just come up and talk to you like he's known you forever.
Right.
And, you know, he was like, you know, he asked our names and whatever.
What's your name, boy? How you doing? What's your
Yeah,
name, boy?
Exactly, and that's about what it was too. And the thing was, is he's so good at being a hype man. He just got our names really quick, and you know, he's like, all right, got you. Boondocks, yeah, got you. Went on stage and you know started hyping up the crowd, and he's like, yeah, and then came up with a rhyme to introduce us. You know,
To introduce, you were on the stage?
yeah.
You performed at the gathering?
I've performed at the gathering like 5 or 6 times, man.
Yeah. Every day, Smokey hits me with something that just blows my mind.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I'm looking on YouTube because I would have loved to post this video online. I don't see the video. I see him introducing Boondocks.
Yeah, that was it.
I also see a picture of. I also see a group of majority white people in the crowd looking at him like, who is this guy on stage?
No, everybody knows Flavor Flav.
That's not true.
Yes, everybody.
Who do you think?
Everybody. He'd go out there and be like, "Say yeah, boy," and everybody like, "Yeah, boy."
Who do you think the top 3 famous rappers of all time are?
Top 3?
Or not famous, but well known. Top 3 well known. You can go in a remote place of Africa and they know this rapper. Top 3.
Ice Cube,
Really?
Eminem.
Really?
Yeah.
And who else?
I want to say Dr. Dre.
Oh my God, you're way off.
I mean Tupac and Biggie.
No, as of right now, alive.
Right now that's still alive.
Ice Cube.
Yeah, I'd say Ice Cube, Eminem.
And
Okay, these are some of the biggest selling
You're
artists
right.
of all time.
I think 3 people that
These
are
guys are not only the biggest rappers of all time, some of the biggest artists of all time.
right, but I can take Ice Cube to Uganda. You think majority of people there will know?
Yeah, I think so.
I could take Ice Cube to Norway. You think majority of people know him?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Snoop Dogg
So, yeah.
is the most known of all time.
Yeah.
Everybody
I overlook Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Yeah. I would take Dre out and put Snoop Dogg in that list.
Everybody knows Snoop.
Yeah.
I would agree with you on Eminem.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would agree with you on Eminem. He's white.
So?
Not that, but
Probably the reason he's one of the biggest rappers of all time.
okay, my two definitely Jay-Z and
See, I think
Snoop.
if you just had Jay-Z and Eminem walking down the street in
They
the
ma-
middle of Cologne, Germany,
Definitely Jay-Z.
I think people would recognize Eminem over Jay-Z.
They think Eminem was just a normal white
But
guy.
Ice Cube, I mean, it's the movies.
Nah.
I think he's more recognized. I mean, everybody would recognize Snoop Dogg.
So you would say Snoop is over all of them?
Yeah, I'd say Snoop Dogg probably the biggest of all
I
time.
think Snoop
The
has
most recognizable all time. Not the biggest selling.
No, I'm talking about just.
Yeah,
I think,
the most recognizable rappers of all time.
Yeah, I think Snoop actually has a Guinness World Record for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
I mean, think about everybody knows Snoop, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get off of this.
Vanilla Ice.
No, dude.
He's up there.
Man, let's think about this.
Because
Snoop.
that was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, but for 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd say Snoop, Jay-Z.
I guess if he was walking down the street now, the way he looks now, a lot of people would
Have you
recognize him.
Oh, no. Have you seen Aaron Carter lately? Mm-mm. Do you know who Aaron Carter is?
Yeah, that's what was that group?
NSYNC?
Backstreet Boys.
One of them.
Yeah, his little brother or whatever.
He's got a big old Mike Tyson face tattoo now.
Really?
Looks crazy. But no, I'd say Snoop, Jay-Z, maybe Dr. No.
Dude, my dad is 70 and he was an Ice Cube fan.
Your dad is 70. He knows Snoop.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with this. But yeah,
I mean, he was an Eminem fan too. So.
but would he... yeah, let's get off of that because we can, me and you can talk about music all day long.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, with that being said, y'all, that wraps up this Explain This. Smokey, I've been waiting to say this all day.
What up?
Let's get into some good old-fashioned trash talk. Booyah!
Yeah. Hyped up.
You alright over there,
I took
bro?
some prednisone, man.
God dang, I'm Jack! What's up, broski?
Man, everything. I lost sound in my headphone. How did I do that?
I got you. Look, I want y'all not gonna be able to see this on camera.
We got some technicals going on.
You got sound?
Yep.
All right, but we got this window open to the left of Smoke Dog, and there's a huge wasp that just flew in here.
You ain't got no, man. We get off.
Ain't
Ain't no screen on that window.
Ain't no what I'm talking about. All right, but back. Dang it, what was I gonna say? Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but I wanted to say something about Trump.
About Trump.
Okay. If you, all right, we'll get into the trash talk segment. But if you were the leader, how many people are in America?
There are about 350 million.
If you were the voice, the face, the leader of 350 million people, you have a job, you have an image, you have a persona that you have to portray to the world. You don't think you would have to have some form of upper to keep that going?
I think some people can just naturally run at it, but if it was me, like, I'd probably, Red Bulls or something. I mean, you'd want something to get up and get excited. But that's just me. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that are just that charismatic naturally. You can just roll out of bed and be charismatic. And
so
you can grab everybody in the palm of your hand. You know?
Our president, would you say he's on some form of it? If you had to put your gut into it.
No, I can't say that because
we're in America.
Legality, man.
Yeah, but we're in America. I may
Exactly.
I may not agree with what you say, but I have to fight for your right to say it.
Yes, and that's the way it should be.
But
we lose freedoms every day.
I'm just saying, it's a little weird for him to have a box full of Sudafed.
That is really weird.
Next to a taco that you didn't even touch. Because, uppers take away it innates you from
Listen, these super rich people have the means to do whatever they want. And that goes for Trump. That goes for Vince McMahon. That goes for Dana White.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein. Bill Gates.
We wanted to do an entire podcast on the Jeff Epstein thing. But
we will.
I just want to throw it out there, just to throw it out there. Did you know that Clinton went? You know, Jeff. Somebody gave him an island. Did you know that?
No.
That's
An
where,
island?
An island. That's where the all these activities went down with underage girls and stuff like that.
Pizzagate?
No, he wasn't a part of Pizzagate, but
I think Hillary was, though, right?
Okay, you might have just made a connection there.
Mm-hmm.
You might have just made a connection. But Epstein, everybody who doesn't know Epstein, he just died in jail, and a lot of people don't think he died, or they say he committed suicide, but a lot of people think it was murder. But you know he had an island, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he had an island. And on this island, a lot of people say that it's away from all these laws, and you can basically do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, if it's not part of a U.S. territory, yeah.
Now, who did you say was part of Pizzagate?
Yeah, it was Hillary, and I don't want to speak out of turn because I haven't done the whole research into it, but yeah, that was, I mean, and people say it was debunked.
Yeah.
That there was this pizza place apparently that
Comet
was
Pizza.
trafficking.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Now, here's the crazy part. You know who flew? Okay. What's his name? What's her husband's name? I'm drawing a blank here. Okay, Bill Clinton flew to this remote island 26 times within a month.
Really?
Does that not? I mean, kind of okay.
Yeah.
He's into football right now, so let's go ahead.
No, I was actually bringing up Pizzagate.
Well, that hasn't. I mean, I guess we'll get into that on the.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that the official definition right now, Pizzagate, is a debunked conspiracy theory that went viral during the 2016 United States presidential election cycle.
But of course they're gonna put debunk.
Mm-hmm.
What website is that?
That Wikipedia.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all, let's talk about Thanksgiving here.
Let's do that.
I want to point out that Thanksgiving is a beautiful time of year. You gather with your loved ones. You sit down. You eat all this terrible food that you're going to feel horrendous about after you get a belly full. You lay down, go to sleep, wake up and eat some more. Wake up the next day. You got leftover turkey. You making turkey sandwiches, turkey salads, turkey soup. Not only that, but you're also celebrating one of the most horrendous holidays in history.
Yeah. Which led to genocide, as a matter of fact. I want to throw out a fun fact before we get into the depths of conspiracy and speculation. Turkey does not, in itself, make you tired.
I think that's not true. I think there's... Hold on. The chemical's coming in my head. Do you know the chemical? Thorazine?
No, it's... See, now I got dimethyltryptamine in my head.
I think it's Thorazine.
No, hold on. It's something methyl. Jesus. I'm having Presque-Vu right now.
What does that mean?
The opposite of deja vu. Where you know something, but you can't remember it.
I thought the opposite of deja vu was Vujade.
We went through this.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to pull it up right now.
As we're trying to, hold on. I want to say it's Thorazine.
No, it's not Thorazine. Tryptophan.
Tryptophan, that's right.
What it was, yeah.
But that's found in turkey, isn't it?
It is, and it's found in lots of meats. But the fact is, there is not enough tryptophan in turkey. In high doses, it can make you sleepy and go to sleep. But there's actually more in chicken than in turkey.
Really?
Yes, and no one eats a bucket of chicken and go, can't move, I'm catatonic, I'm in a coma.
comatose.
Yeah. The fact is, it's the abundance of carbs and other things that you are eating that makes you sleepy.
So you don't think tryptophan has anything to do with it?
No, it's not the turkey specifically and explicitly in itself that makes you sleepy. That's just a urban...
Well, you sure about that?
Yeah. I mean, according to studies.
Now, let me just play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not just eating turkey. You're also eating... Does macaroni have tryptophan?
No. It's found... It's an amino acid.
So it's
found
naturally
in meats.
Gotcha.
Yes. It's a protein composition. Yes.
You know, some people don't even consider birds meat, though.
Yeah, some people don't. What do they call those pescatarians or something.
No, pescatarian seafood, but
Seafood. Okay.
I get poultry is what they would call it. But
Well, yeah, but there's got to be a word for it. You know how they got to have an official word for
oh,
everybody that
God,
eats whatever
dude.
they feel like, you know.
I love the country we live in, but Jesus Christ,
It's
man.
convoluted.
Very. But no, speaking of Thanksgiving,
Yes,
okay.
let's get into it. I want to read the Wikipedia definition of Thanksgiving before we get started.
Okay.
And this is actually part of getting started, so I'm going to stop saying before we get started. Thanksgiving Day is a national holiday celebrated on various dates in the United States.
Various
Canada,
dates.
Yes, various dates, because Canada does it at a different time, apparently. And some of the Caribbean islands and Liberia. It began as a day of giving thanks and sacrifice for the blessing and the harvest at the end of the preceding year. Similarly named festival holidays occur in Germany and Japan. Thanksgiving celebrated on the second Monday of October in Canada. That's why it's a different date. And the fourth Thursday of November in the United States. And around the same part of the year in other places. Although Thanksgiving has historical roots in religious and cultural traditions, it has long been celebrated as a secular holiday as well.
So,
Having that being said,
what?
let's get into the depths of...
All right, so Thanksgiving, you said Liberia?
Yes, even in Liberia.
Isn't that Africa?
No.
Liberia's where?
The
Speaking of Liberia, here's a fun fact. Did you know you can drive to London?
drive to London.
Did you know you could do that? You can drive to London.
Trying to think where there's a landmass that will allow you to drive to London.
All right, so from Maine to Canada,
Okay.
then from Canada,
There's not a separation there?
no, I mean there is a separation.
But Liberia is in West Africa. I was going to say
Well,
South
it's
Africa, but yeah.
But I wonder if their Thanksgiving is based off the same.
I don't think it's it's not because pilgrims came there and made friends with the natives. But I think it's because of their harvest, the farmers brought in their harvest for the year. And because traditionally, if you're in a farming culture, the end of winter is an extremely tough time to get through.
Well, yeah, but it's also one of the most abundant times for back in the day to get your crops because you pull your crops up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The end of winter is when you've ran out of food and it's time
No.
to start farming again.
No.
End of winter,
End of winter is when you have the most food.
January, February, March.
That's when you have the most food.
Why would you have the most food then?
You ever heard of the frost or harvest moon,
That would be in November and October.
which is the fall?
Yeah.
Okay, in the fall.
In the fall, that's when you have the most food. That's why they do Thanksgiving, which I've always wondered too. Your harvest is usually in October, right?
Right.
So they didn't have refrigeration. How did this food make it until late November?
Because it's cold as crap outside.
I guess they had to stick it in the snow.
Yeah, or store it somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess so. I know it's pretty cold up in New England, man.
sheesh. I'm going to Michigan here soon. And
Massachusetts and Connecticut.
how do you say that word again?
Massachusetts.
If you say so. But my thing is, all right, it's called Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Why the name Thanksgiving? Why? Okay, it was in America. It was based from the Pilgrims coming to America, meeting the natives. They sat down, they ate. The natives said, hey, you bring us wool, you bring us cloths, we'll give you food. The natives gave them food. Turns out the white man gave the natives smallpox and blankets, which a lot of people say is false. Because how can you even do that? How can you put smallpox in a blanket? That doesn't even make sense.
Well, smallpox is a skin disease.
But doesn't it?
So if someone was wrapped up in blankets and had smallpox,
It can be transmitted that way?
yes, just like chickenpox could.
Really? How do you get chicken? Hold on, man. We gotta Google this, bro.
You get chickenpox from skin to skin transfer.
Oh, that's right. How is smallpox transmitted? I just burped when I was trying to speak that in, and Google said, sorry, we didn't recognize
I
that.
bet they didn't.
All right, it's contagious by blood products. That's not skin. By airborne respiratory droplets. That's not skin. The next one is by skin-to-skin contact.
Told you.
But that's skin-to-skin contact. That's not skin-to-fabric content.
I guess the debate would be how long could it last on the blanket? Because I know if you get a cold, let's say you cough, and the virus or bacteria comes out of your mouth when you cough, and it hits a surface, it'll stay live on there for up to 15, 20 minutes. But if it's in a droplet of water, a droplet of saliva, it can survive up to 24 hours.
Do you know what the most contagious thing on earth is? Speaking of
The cold?
a yawn.
Well, it depends on what disease you're spreading through a yawn. But yeah, I could see that.
I mean, I could yawn.
You would think a sneeze, though, it would cover more area, but people yawn.
If I see you yawn, I'm yawning. That person sees me yawn. They yawn.
Yeah, and if you do have some kind of sickness, some kind of respiratory infection, and you yawn, you blow it out, and the other person sees you, and they're like, so they're sucking it right in. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's crazy.
That's why cold spreads so well through winter times, because everyone is indoors, huddled up together more.
You would think the opposite, though, because cold weather tends to suppress
It does.
viruses and bacteria.
Yes,
that's why
makes them go
hospitals
dormant, of
and
course.
jails are so cold.
Yeah. It does travel better through warm climates. The virus will survive longer because it needs body temperature to survive. But the reason, I mean, you know how many years people thought you could get a cold just from being out in the cold?
I think you can.
You cannot.
Wait a minute. Hold on. My grandmama always told me when it was cold. Oh, shout out, Grandma. I love you to
Yes, my
death.
grandparents told me the same
You don't even
things.
know what I'm about to say. Tell me what I'm about to say. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know the specific exact words you were going to say, but it was about you're going to have to bundle up when you go out in the cold because you don't want to get pneumonia.
Well, pneumonia and a cold are two different things, though. You can get pneumonia by being out in the cold.
No. Only if you're already sick. Now, pneumonia is actually, you don't catch pneumonia. You can't catch it from someone.
It's not contagious.
No, you can catch the cold that can develop into pneumonia inside your body.
Okay.
All pneumonia is an infection
Fluid
that has
in your lungs.
settled down into your lungs.
All right. Well, my grandma used to tell me which makes sense. You get a cold, like let's say I get in the shower, my hair is wet.
Yes, if you're already sick, the cold can exacerbate.
Well, I'm not sick. Let's say I'm not sick. I get in the shower, my hair is wet, and I go outside in the cold. You're probably gonna get a cold.
No.
Huh?
You have to catch it from someone first.
So if I'm okay, all right, I have been in my house and have left the windows open and have left the fan on and have been wet after being out the shower, and I woke up with the sniffles.
So you already had it in your body somehow first.
Doesn't everybody have the cold?
Not always.
I don't know. Well, we're getting off the topic here.
Yeah.
But what I was
Smallpox.
Yeah. Well, okay. The name Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you giving me something. So what are we thankful for them giving them? Are we thankful for them giving them smallpox?
Well, I think Thanksgiving, saying you're giving thanks is supposed to be to God.
So thankful, thank
for your
you,
harvest.
The harvest
of
okay.
the year. Yes.
Gotcha.
Thankful that you had enough food. You're going to have enough food to survive. So they have a big feast to celebrate that we've collected all this food,
right.
and now we have enough food to make it through the winter till we can start growing more food.
More in the spring and summer, right? So why do you know the story behind Thanksgiving? Like, was it Christopher Columbus?
No, it was the Pilgrims.
Pilgrim? You sure it wasn't Christopher Columbus?
No.
Who came over? They came on the Mayflower and all that stuff. That was Christopher Columbus.
The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. That was Columbus.
Oh, Smokey, remember that Georgia terrible education system?
No, that was Columbus's ships.
The Mayflower.
The Mayflower were the ones the Pilgrims came over and had the settlement on Plymouth Rock.
Which is located where?
In Connecticut, I believe.
How did they sail over
Make sure it's one of the New England states. I'm pretty sure it's Connecticut.
Oh, okay. So they came from England, the Pilgrims.
Yes.
Which is why it's probably called New England.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, and we're native. Well, I guess if you're here.
Oh yeah, there were natives throughout the entire country.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Different tribes, of course.
Yeah. So what are we thankful for? Are you thankful? Am I thankful for you? You said the harvest. I know that.
Yeah.
But my thing is now that we know the history, and you know a lot of people.
Oh, it is actually.
Don't say Arkansas.
No, it is actually Massachusetts.
Okay, so
I was thinking Connecticut. I mean, it's all right there together, but
that means they had to land somewhere on the coast and then move in to find people. So you know a lot of people think it's all a hoax, right? That they weren't given smallpox. Have you ever heard that?
Well, let's look up the official definition.
A lot of people say it was HIV.
HIV?
Yeah.
I don't think HIV was prevalent at that time.
Syphilis.
Syphilis was.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's look that up then.
While you're looking that up, guys, I gotta take a quick pee break. Smokey gonna tell you about the syphilis of Ghana.
The gonosyphilis.
Yeah, all that.
Let's see. So I'm gonna talk while I'm looking now because I have no partner to talk to.
I'll be back.
Was smallpox spread? There's one I saw. Smallpox was spread on purpose. Spread through blankets. Let's see if there is something. This comes from the CDC. It's just an excerpt that says they remained contagious until their last smallpox scab fell off. I would really like to know the context for this. These scabs and the fluid found in the patient's sores also contained the variola virus. The virus can spread through these materials through the objects contaminated by them. Okay, such as bedding or clothing. So yes, the scabs that are on your body from smallpox, they can actually get onto the blankets, and they can, live for a certain amount of time and then be spread to the next person.
And what disease is this?
Smallpox.
Huh. Okay. I'm just saying, it's
because the scabs, the sores contained the variola virus.
Right. This is something we need to Google. How many people died during this? And was there more than one? Like, okay, when the Pilgrims came over and they met with the natives, was there just one giant feast?
No, I don't think so. Man, we should have really
did a little bit of research, right?
I didn't know we were going to get this deep into it. A lot of the Pilgrims died on the way to America on the ships.
Yeah, because they were, ugh.
What are you looking at?
Just imagine that, though. Imagine being on a ship for 7...
People are dying.
Yeah, you having to throw people overboard. I mean...
Here's one from History Channel. Did the colonists give infected blankets to Native Americans as biological warfare? But it doesn't give a quick answer, so I'm not going to read this whole article.
I mean, you could look at it as maybe these people that came from these European countries and came and discovered a new land, maybe they had nefarious purposes in their head. So where they're like, hey, you got all this land? You mean to tell... London's always raining. It's raining where we are. The sun's shining over here. Is that corn growing? Are those green beans? Hey.
I would say... This is possible, though, that there was this group of settlers that were starving to death. Half of them died on the way over here. They had diseases or whatever. And there could have been this group of Native Americans who saw them and felt bad for them, because a lot of Native Americans are religious, in their own religion. Not Christianity, but their own religion of the time, the zeitgeist of the Native Americans at that time.
Right.
And they could have felt sorry for them. They could have believed in peace, love, and happiness and felt sorry for these guys. And we're going to teach them how to grow some food so that they're not out here just kicking over left and right. And, this could have led to a feast at the end of the harvest to celebrate that they actually made it through their first year in America.
You got to admit, that's kind of a douchebag move on the Pilgrims.
As what?
Okay, we come all the way over here, and those Native Americans were so nice. You know what? We'll give you shelter. We'll give you food. Pilgrims were like, yeah, we'll take it. And guess what we're going to do after we take it? We're going to kill you.
Well, I don't think that was directly those exact group of pilgrims that participated in the first Thanksgiving, where I don't think those were the ones actually doing it. The new government that was set up in America by the colonists, were actually forcefully taking land from. I mean, it is a douchebag move.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about it.
Very much so.
That, these natives were the reason these first colonists survived.
Right.
And then the government that is attached to those colonists go out and start slaughtering the indigenous people and taking their land.
Here's another question. Do Native Americans celebrate Thanksgiving?
It's a good question. I'm half Cherokee. I should know this.
You should. And what I'm getting
I've never known it to be celebrated, only as this is just what happens on that day. But no, I've never known that part of my family to get together and throw a big Thanksgiving feast.
Right. All right, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it the second I ask you, okay?
All right.
What day is Thanksgiving? Quick.
Thursday.
22nd.
Well, it's different each. That's why I said Thursday, because it's different each year.
Well, yeah, but what day?
Thursday. The last Thursday.
It's always the 24th.
No. It's always on a Thursday, so how could it be the 24th every year?
Oh, Wait a minute.
The last Thursday? Isn't it the last? It's either the last
third
or
Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, so it's second to last.
It's not. I thought it was always the 24th.
The third Thursday of November every year.
Huh.
No, it's not always on the 24th. It falls on the 26th.
Oh, it's on the 28th
22nd.
this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
See? And wouldn't that be the 4th? I mean.
And why is it always on a Thursday?
Beats me.
That's crazy right there. Like,
I don't know why it has to be a Thursday.
4th of July isn't always on a Friday.
Yeah, Christmas.
Christmas.
It rotates, Everything rotates.
Wow. Is that the only holiday that has its own designated?
Easter. It's
Easter
always
Sunday.
on a Sunday.
You're right. Good Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Always on Friday.
Isn't President's Day always on a Monday? Memorial Day and Labor Days are always on a Monday.
Who comes up with these things, man?
Government.
And here's another question. Do you think in our lifetime that there will ever be another holiday that's nationally syndicated? Like, will there be another Thanksgiving? Will there be another
that's
Christmas?
Huge like that? Because you can look right now. There's a whole list of holidays. Every single day is
Bring
a
your
holiday.
giraffe to work day.
Exactly. High five your mailman day.
Hey, come on for the show. Come on. Dang it.
Yeah. I've heard of Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yeah, but do you think
Public Affection Day.
Will there ever be another nationally syndicated day to where everybody's closed? Do you think that'll happen in our
a new one that goes in? They could implement 9/11.
We have 9/11,
but it's not nationally celebrated. Well,
right.
I guess you can't really celebrate it, but it can be a day of remembrance. Like, 4th of July, there was a lot of tragedy that happened there, but they were celebrating the independence.
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of people, a lot of these millennials and even
MLK Day.
Yeah, I think you misunderstood the question. What I'm asking is could there be another day where...
Well, that's what I'm trying to think of, scenarios that could be implemented into a national holiday that everybody takes off.
Well, MLK, a lot of people... Nobody takes off MLK Day.
A lot of people do. I know the Kaiser Permanentes do, because every time I try to deliver to them, they're not there.
Like, Memorial Day. A lot of people... I work Memorial Days.
I do, too.
So
Labor Day.
No,
I'm off on Labor Day.
Yeah, everybody's off Labor Day. It's called Labor Day.
Exactly.
You're gonna be off Labor Day.
I am off on Labor Day. That's true.
But yeah, what I want to bring up to the millennials and even to some adults, a lot of people are oblivious to this. You guys don't understand that. Yeah, the turkey is nice. Spending time with your family is nice. Drinking and being merry with your loved ones is nice. But you don't understand that you are really celebrating it's literally America's Holocaust. If I can even equate it to that.
Kind of. Yeah, it was basically a Holocaust of the natives. Well, and see, it's kind of muddied. It's not just black and white that Thanksgiving was originally celebrating a Holocaust of Native Americans.
But
it was celebrating it was the event that was specifically... I'm trying to put this into words.
Come on,
it was a big event that happened that basically led to a Holocaust of natives.
So did we celebrate it before the Holocaust or after the Holocaust?
No, it was before. Because these were the first original settlers.
But why continue?
And it wasn't until they got over and set up their own government did the government start forging west and wiping out colonies of natives.
You don't have Jewish people. You don't have Jewish people celebrating the Holocaust.
No.
So why do we celebrate as Americans?
But we don't celebrate. We don't celebrate the slaughter of Native Americans.
But that's what happened.
We celebrate
sharing food.
And it's not necessarily when you celebrate, and this is what I wouldn't tell someone, don't celebrate Thanksgiving because natives were killed. I would say celebrate Thanksgiving because you're celebrating that the fact that you're giving thanks that you have enough food, you made it through another year, you have an abundance of food yourself. This is actually giving thanks for what you have, not giving thanks for something that happened in the past. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. That makes sense. Smokey be breaking it down sometime, boy. I'm telling you. I don't know, man. It's a lot of these holidays that we have, like Christmas, really has nothing to do with Santa Claus. And it really has nothing to do with...
As a kid, it did. That was all it mattered.
Well, if you ask me, all holidays are meant for children.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Christmas is a kid's holiday.
Yeah, fireworks on the 4th of July. Kids love that stuff.
Of course.
Halloween.
All right, I want to go ahead and put this into fruition now.
Uh-huh.
On our Christmas episode, we're going to give each other gifts. Just one gift. You bring me a gift, I'll bring you a gift. And we'll unveil them here. Wrap it up.
Gag gifts or real gifts?
Whatever you want to bring me. I already know what I'm going to get you.
Because I don't want,
no,
I don't want to show up with this cool...
with your Amazon gift.
Yeah, I don't want to show up with something cool and then you're like, here's a butt plug.
Nah. I'm for real, let's do that. Let's make that a tradition, a trash talker tradition.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
You bring me a gift, have it wrapped up. I'll open mine and we'll talk about it.
All right.
Let's do that.
Something relevant, though.
Yeah, of course. I mean...
That's what I'm saying. If you want to do gag gifts, we'll do that. But let's be sure that somebody's not getting something cool and the other person gets something...
And let's set
like
a limit.
bag of dog food or something.
What do you want to say, like a $30 limit?
Yeah.
$30 limit?
Yeah.
All right,
like
cool.
That.
We'll do that. All right. Anything else you got out there for the people Smoke Dizzle?
I think that's it for this week.
Great.
We solved nothing as far as Thanksgiving goes, but...
We talked about a lot of good things.
We can make you think about it, yeah.
Yeah, just think about the fact... Yes, give thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but realize what the history of Thanksgiving is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, realize what happened, yes. Celebrate Thanksgiving. We're not telling you not to. We're not telling you what to believe. You believe what you want to believe.
We're just throwing ideas.
Yes, we're just giving you ideas, and make sure you look into the past and see what actually happened following that Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Guys, I want to thank y'all so much for checking out the 45th Thanksgiving episode. My name is Behringer Hollywood 6 Pines.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez Cowan.
And we are over and out.
Booyah. Deuces.
I was about to say.
I couldn't get over it. I had to do it.